Hello, this is Oracle of the Divine Ophite, and I have a collective tarot reading here for some people out there. This may not resonate with everyone, so if it doesn't resonate, I'll forgive you for signing off. If it does resonate, or if you hear anything that sounds familiar, then this reading is probably for you. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you're returning and you haven't subscribed yet. If you're a first timer, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, if anything resonates, please like the video and share it with others if you feel like it might be of benefit to someone that you know. So I've already pre-shuffled and, put out a layout here to get started. I've meditated on these cards to get a message. So let's begin. What I'm getting from these cards is that there's someone in your life. This person's very exciting. This person really has a lot of energy, a lot of passion. They're just really fun to be around. You find them to be very exciting. Everybody else finds them to be exciting as well. And when you met this person, there were just immediate sparks, and you knew that they were attracted to you, and, they knew that you were attracted to them because it was just coming off of both of you in waves. But what you found after a little while was that this person, although you find them to be very fun and exciting, really all they think about is sex. They are just absolutely obsessed with the sexual aspect of the relationship between the two of you. In your opinion, they are a bit, too focused on sex, which I think for you was probably a lot of fun in the beginning. And, it made you feel very sexy and very desirable and very, very much like you were just, the hottest thing when you were around them. They just made you feel, so important, and there was so much focus on you. But as you move forward in the relationship and you wanted things to get a bit deeper and a bit more, focused on other parts, other aspects of the relationship, like, the real intimacy, emotional intimacy, affection, really getting to know each other, establishing a long-term bond, things like that. This person just doesn't seem to be interested in those things. They're still very focused on the sexual aspect of the relationship. And this is causing you to feel some disappointment in the person and in the relationship. You're just wondering, is this person really interested in me at all? Or are they just only, interested in the physical part of the relationship? And so you're feeling some confusion, but really more disappointment than anything else, because at the beginning of the relationship you really had high hopes for something much deeper, a much deeper bond developing between you and this person. And now you're starting to have doubts about that because you're thinking that they're not really willing to move forward. They're not really interested in moving past the physical aspect of the relationship. But I'm actually getting a really good feeling here, because these cards are kind of telling me that there is a new opportunity opening up. I'm not getting that this is necessarily an opportunity for a new relationship with a new person, because I'm getting the sense from this reading and after meditating on the cards that there is actually something there with this person, but they're just having a difficult time moving forward because of some baggage that they're carrying. They feel like it's much safer to focus on the physical aspects of the relationship because they have a little bit of trouble with their heart chakra. Their heart chakra is a bit blocked. And because this heart chakra blockage is very prevalent, and it's been there for a while, because of some past trauma that they experienced in the area of relationships, they're hesitant to actually open up and show you that other aspect of themselves, that, that deeper, more affectionate aspect of themselves. They're a little bit afraid because they don't want to be hurt. They don't want to have their heart broken. So they're choosing to focus on the physical aspect of the relationship because it's the safest aspect for them. It's the one that they feel the most comfortable with. It's the part of the relationship that they feel like, they're not at risk for a heartbreak if they just focus on the physical. And this has kind of been the way they've played the game of love for a while, is, just focus on the physical. Then, I don't have to worry about somebody snapping my heart in two. So they're playing, from a position of safety, but they do actually feel affection for you. They do actually feel like they want to get closer to you, but at this point, they don't really know how. But there's something about you that's very special. There's something about your connection with this person that they really haven't experienced before in the past, at least not in the recent past. And there's something about you, there's something about how open and affectionate and loving you are and how compassionate you are that's really moving their energy. It's moving the energy in the heart chakra. It's stirring their energy in places that they haven't felt for a very long time. And so there's going to be a new opportunity for them to open up, for them to unblock that heart chakra, through their interaction with you. And there's going to be an opportunity for you to move more deeply and more intimately into other aspects of the relationship with them. And I get that this is going to be happening slowly but surely between now and next August. There's going to be some type of a really, big obvious change that is showing itself by August of next year. So this is going to be something that, if you really want to have a relationship with this person, because, you feel disappointment right now. You always have the option and the choice to just walk away if you feel like that's the best thing to do. If you kind of feel like you don't want to wait for this person, you don't want to put up with someone who has blockages and has issues that they need to work on and has baggage, you are perfectly free as a sovereign individual to walk away and pursue something else or someone else, or nothing at all if you're so inclined. But if you do really feel like you have a real connection with this person underneath the physical aspect of things, and you'd like to explore if it's possible to bond more deeply with this person, or if this person's going to actually show you deeper aspects of themselves, it's going to be a bit of a slow process, but it's happening already. The opening is starting to happen already, and it's definitely, something's going to change between now and next August. You definitely have, there's some sort of a spiritual aspect to this relationship as well. This is definitely a karmic relationship of a sort, but I know that the word karmic carries negative ramifications in most spiritual circles, but karma can also be positive. So a soulmate can come into a relationship with you, and they can actually bring, they can bring karma that once worked through can actually be positive for both people. So I'm getting the sense that this is the type of relationship that we're dealing with, and that there's some sort of a spirit, a spiritual presence, a guide of some sort. And I'm getting that it's actually this person's guide. It's not one of your guides, but one of this person's guides has actually led them to you because of this special energy that you have and this special ability that you have to cause heart openings in people that you interact with. So you just being with this person, just being around this person is actually having a really big spiritual effect on them, and they don't even realize it's happening. But their higher self realizes it's happening, and their spirit guides realize that it's happening. So this person has definitely been led to you for a very specific reason. And in many ways, this relationship that you're having with the person is very protected and a very elevated relationship. But once again, it's still up to you if you want to participate in the relationship. You're not obligated to participate in the relationship with this person. It's something that both of you have to want in order for that karma and that energy to be worked out. But I'm getting the message here that if you do both choose to work through this issue together, and you choose to consciously move the focus a little bit off of the sexual aspect of your relationship and take that sexual energy and alchemize it into deeper, more long-lasting types of energy and feeling, that you have the potential here for a very, very deep bond, a very beautiful, intimate relationship between the two of you that leads to a long-term, long-lasting bond. So, but the key here is to approach the relationship consciously. So this is a situation where you might even want to have a talk with the person and tell them how you feel. If you feel disappointed and you feel like you'd like to deepen the relationship past the physical, be honest, be open with the person. Don't make them think through your silence that you're okay with just only, rolling in the hay. And that's, say like, hey, can we do something else? Can we go to the amusement park sometime? Can we go out to dinner? Can we do other things? Can we, watch movies together? Can we do things to deepen the emotional intimacy in the relationship? Be honest. You might be surprised how the person responds, because chances are they are just looking at the relationship from their point of view, so they're not recognizing the potential damage that only focusing on the physical is having on you. They might not be aware of that. So the best thing to do is to tell them, let them know, and that way both people are open and honest, and you know where they're coming from, and they know where you're coming from, and you get all that stuff out in the open so that you can move forward from there. And I'm getting the sense that if you do that, there is going to be a real change for the better. There's going to be a positive change in this relationship where you're going to start to see them open up, and you're going to start to see the relationship bond really deepen and become a lot more fulfilling for both people. And this person will experience this heart chakra opening and become a much happier, more fully functioning emotional being from this interaction with you. I'm going to pull a couple more cards to get some overall advice. Okay. Okay, so what I got here, I'll turn them this way. All right, so we've got the Page of Wands, which definitely indicates a new start of some sort. This is a new start in the area of passion. So perhaps this is an indication to take all that passionate energy that is already existent in the relationship and alchemize it, channel it into, the energy of the Chariot, which is, moving forward in a positive direction, moving forward in the direction that you want the relationship to move forward in. So if you want the relationship to be more holistic, I guess is a good word. So where you have the passion, you have the physical passion, you have the affection, you have the deep abiding love, you have the trust, you have this, a whole relationship rather than a relationship that's completely focused on only one aspect. And you have the energy here to do that. Page of Wands, this is a very energetic card. This is a very good card for a new start. And the Chariot is the ability to take your willpower and bring about what you want. So these two cards are very, very positive confirmation that you hold the power in this relationship. You can actually direct the relationship in the direction that you want it to go, provided that you are honest with yourself and honest with this other person, letting them know how you feel, letting them know that you're disappointed and that you're dissatisfied with the current state of things, the current state of the relationship. So be honest, be forthright, be passionate in your expression, not just passionate in the bedroom, but be passionate with your words as well. Be passionate with your desires and, tell the other person exactly what you want. And there's a really good indication here that if you tell the other person what you want, you can get it. You can accomplish that. There's no reason why you can't. That is the message. I'm not really getting anything else, so I'm going to leave it there. If this resonated with you, please like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share it if you feel like it might be valuable to someone you know. Thank you for joining Oracle of the Divine Ophite, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.